I help impact eco-driven companies, NGOs, and investors solve the problem of lost opportunity in regenerative work, land degradation, and youth unemployment. In Ghana, this is especially in Ghana through a scalable model of regenerative beekeeping that creates sustainable income, restores ecosystem, and delivers measurable impact. The problem that we address is Ghana's rural communities that are losing economic and environmental stability due to a lack of meaningful land-based livelihoods. And the way that we the way that we see this is that this is the major problem that then encompasses smaller problems like youth unemployment, like migration from rural areas, economic instability, and land degradation. We focus on solving these problems by focusing on specifically doing sustainable salt pond top bar hives that was created by Dr. Kwame Edu, who helped many black beekeepers get training in sustainable beekeeping that is regenerative, which means we rebuild, we reconnect, and we realign the power of working with our hands and working in the land to restore the many uh, damages that have happened through water pollution, climate change, through uh, through pesticides. These are the things that beekeeping has allowed us to restore through tripling or doubling the yield of crops in the 83 farmers that we work with. We are also looking at how the sustainable beekeeping is more affordable. When typically you would be spending $150, $200 for hives, specifically the Langstroth hives, you would be spending around $70 to start beekeeping and have your first hive, right? And then you get your equipment, which is also significantly less. So when we look at regenerative beekeeping and fixing, for example, economic instability, because we are focused on putting our hives in forest, these hives are restoring and providing more trade. If we look at what economics is, it is to trade among each other. And the beekeeping is allowing for more yield, which then allows for the cash flow in the community to circulate among each other. And we are also subsidizing our farmers 1/3 of our profits of honey in order to show and honor our partnership from beekeeper to farmer. You understand? So this is very important to us that we make sure we honor our relationship as a beekeeper, our relationship between farmer and beekeeper, and without them, we truly could not do the work that we do. So this means everything to us. That's why we are employing 6 to 7 youth at the right now, and we are constantly trying to figure out how to make our co-op bigger, where we have hives that are owned by the team, and on top of the salary, then the hives that we give to the team members, they are able to work and make an extra income. And so this is a cooperative that we did, so that way our youth can have something of ownership. And so this is helping with that economic instability and showing true value in land-based livelihoods. So that way the migration into the cities, which then loses your cultural identity and makes you work for somebody that doesn't really care about your health or your mental well-being, this is now solving and addressing that issue. And one thing that I want to talk about is the challenges we face. Like many grassroots projects, we face challenges with access to capital, equipment, and infrastructure, ensuring consistent hygiene standards and traditional processing methods, which we believe to be more effective than the more costly more costly ways of processing honey. We are also looking at reaching larger markets and retaining youth participation in the face of urban migration pressures are ongoing hurdles. But every challenge is an opportunity to truly innovate, and we are determined to grow with integrity. So I want to make sure that what is really reaches home is what we truly as a company are centered around, and that would be our mission and our vision. And our vision is to build a scalable, long term, a scalable eco village with a model of land-based youth entrepreneurship, starting with honey and growing into a circular ecosystem of beekeeping, native reforestation, agroforestry, and education. I want to prove that rural life can be sustainable, meaningful, and economically viable without losing its roots. The reason why this is so important is because when we start to look at land-based livelihoods, then we see how our identity and our culture is rooted in the way that we our work, right? So if by going out and farming, we see how this is related to unity. We see how it's related to creativity and faith, and how it's related to cooperative economics and collaborative and collective work and responsibility, because the farm is, you're not bigger than the universe, so you have to work together, and you have faith that you are going to see the crops for the next season, that the crops are going to make it through the rainy season, that climate change will be something that they are able to have resilience through, right? We're able to look at how we need collective work and responsibility to gather, tons of water from the river back and forth. It cannot be done by one man. You will be burned out. So this is something that we see day in and day out as what produces our values as people is the work that we do and how we are connected to the land. We also want to plan to scale by launching a training and mentorship platform for regenerative agriculture, securing ESG aligned corporate partnerships, and building processing facilities that serve as regional hubs for ecological entrepreneurship. So ESG aligned corporate partnerships is where corporate partnerships are trying to meet their sustainable and ecological uh, quotas to help people that are focused on regenerative farming or regenerative beekeeping or regenerative um, just just regenerative agriculture, and they want to help donate or fund these people. So that is what we are truly at, and that really trying to secure. That's what we're truly trying to reach out. Those people who truly want to help somebody who's doing real work. We are partnered and work with Bees for Development UK. We have um, partnerships with 83 farmers. We are working on an FDA certification. These are all things that we are constantly trying to make better. And if we can get that funding from people who are interested in helping us, then that is what we would truly need in order to scale somewhere bigger and better to help the globe have our sweetness, which really means purpose, or our sweetness, which really is, you know, taking Ghana by storm. Everybody is raving about Glossops organic honey, and so we want to be able to share that. We want to be able to share and help people through the proceeds that we have, that we get through our honey. We also are using the wax from the honey that we harvest. So we process, um, you know, 600, anywhere from 600 to 800 kilograms of wax through our hives. And this is something that we also are selling, and we want people to also um, contact us if you're interested in any large quantities of wax or small, and you want to create candles or use it for the tons of 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 really practical uses that it has, like polishing, like lip balm, like hair, hair uses. This is something that people have continuously shown us that has worked, and we want to make sure that people understand that it is a real possibility to get something that is sustainable and from a place that is, helping people that are in local communities that are trying to do well. And so this is more than a business. This is a movement to restore not just the land, but the value of rural life identity and dignity. I believe that in Ghana and across Africa, the future will be shaped not by abandoning the land, but by returning to it with its wisdom, innovation, and pride. Thank you for considering my story. And lastly, our mission is to improve the rural livelihood of farmers and to build power with youth so in order to produce high quality honey. And this is what we do. We take very, very much pride in it. My partner, Stephen Adu, has worked his butt off trying to make sure that we do the best we can. And so we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to try Blossom's Organic Honey. And if you are interested, please comment down honey. Please contact me. And you can find me on Warrior Scholar on TikTok. And you can find me on Blossoms Organic Honey on Instagram. Okay, till next time.